Hello friends, I'm Akash and a hearty welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we will look into short-term and long-term memories and how to improve both of these memories. But before that, I want to let you know why I'm doing this video. You might have seen me competing in spelling bees ever since I was 2 years old. Some of you might have seen 6-year-old me spelling in the Scripps National Spelling Bee or spelling that long word with Mr. Steve Harvey on the super hit TV show Little Big Shots.
Pneumono ultramicroscopic silicovolcano coniosis.
Okay. Pneumono ultramicroscopic silicovolcano.
I became a member of Mensa at age 3, and I was featured in the Learn episode of the 3-part BBC documentary, The Human Body: Secrets of Your Life Revealed, when I was only 7 years old. And you might have recently seen me on the 2020 Netflix documentary film, Spelling the Dream. But since long, many people have asked me to give tips and tricks on memorizing things. So in this video, we're going to see what is short-term memory and what is long-term memory, and show how you can improve both of these memories. First of all, I'm just gonna say this right away. We all have a limited brain capacity. For sure, we can't just memorize absolutely everything we see for an infinite period of time. Just like our laptop computer or smartphone, our brain has a certain capacity for memory. When we are kids, our brain can take in lots and lots of memory. But as we age, the memory capacity decreases. It's sad, but it's true. Our brain erases the facts that we don't need and keeps only the things that we want to. Some of that memory goes for short term and some for long term. We see and come across lots of things every day, but we don't remember all of those things, like what dress we wore yesterday or what food we ate last night, etc., etc. All of these things, if they're not major incidents, will be remembered for a short time. And then our brain is just going to delete them. And this is called short-term memory. But some of the more important incidents, like your birthday, or the fact that the sun rises in the east, or your favorite things to do, or your favorite food to eat, or that Independence Day is July 4th or August 15th, or whenever your national day is, those types of information will be remembered forever. And this is what we call long-term memory. Now, coming to learning, usually the human brain can retain only up to 1/3 of what we learn by the next day. So, how can we remember everything, like 100% of everything that we learn? Sadly though, there is no way to remember absolutely everything that we learn or come across. But we can maximize to remember what we have learned if we follow these simple techniques. Let's start with the effective ways to improve short-term memory. First of all, short-term memory is needed to remember things quickly, or if you don't have much time. Let's say you have an examination in a couple of days and you need to remember a lot of information in a very short time. The funny thing is, that is what most people do. They start cramming of all the year's syllabus just before the exams. This is not recommended at all, but if that is the case, then try this method called 5 times repetition. This is the best way to remember things quickly, and it really works. Here's how it goes. First, I'll go through all of the information that I need to learn and then repeat it immediately. Now, I finished going through that information 2 times. I will then take like a 30-minute break and then go through one more time. And now we have 3 times done. And then after 6 to 8 hours, I will again go over that material one more time. That's 4 times. And now for the 5th and last time, I'm gonna study that information exactly 24 hours after I first studied that subject. And now I have completed studying this for 5 times. And now I have this info kept in my short-term memory in my brain. And I am now ready for the test or examination. And I have named this as the 5 times technique. Our brain is going to get familiarized when you study the information for the first 2 times. And then after that, our brain will make that nerve connections to keep the information in the short-term memory for us to reproduce when it is needed in the next couple of days. And also, when you memorize using this 5 times repetition technique, you can study and memorize the other subjects in the gaps using the same 5 times technique. So like you start with math first time and then second time, and then during the 20 to 30-minute break between the second time and the third time, you can do another one, like let's say English, and do that one, and then keep going like that for each subject. Now, let's take a look at ways to improve long-term memory. Now, to remember things for a long time, you need to extend the process of learning. So, that's why you should at least study the information 6 times, and I call this method as 6 times repetition. And to be frank, I think that this is the best way for studying and learning any subject. First, I would go through all of the information that I need to remember and then just get it into my brain. And that's first time. And then, as soon as I finish the first time, I repeat it one more time immediately. This is very similar to the 5 times repetition. And now I have finished going through the material for 2 times. Then I would once again go through that information for 20 to 30 minutes one more time. And that is 3 times done. Next, I will come back to this material again after a full day for the 4th time repetition. And next, I would give it 2 to 3 more weeks before I come back to look at it for the 5th time. And finally, for one more time, the 6th time, after roughly 2 to 3 months, I will come back and look at that material and study it. Now, as you have revisited the same information multiple times in the span of a few months, the brain thinks that this is some important and necessary information and that would not get erased and therefore would be moved to long-term memory. And this is the best way to remember things for a long time. And we call this as 6 times repetition method for long-term memory. And this is the method that I use to remember the words when I prepare for the spelling bees. Thank you so much, friends, for watching this video. And If you like this video, please share it with your friends and family. And also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and click the bell icon. Love you, Akash.